Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Check 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the J-Land Talk Radio. Our topic today is going to be how employers are handling all the applications and everything going on in the world today. Basically, we have a lot of issues going on with people trying to get jobs in this industry and everywhere, actually. And we just, we actually went out to a job fair and basically tried to seek gainful employment, and it just didn't go as well as planned. Actually, I think we have an issue. Let's go on standby real quick. I'm seeing an audio issue here, and then we'll be back with y'all shortly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We were trying to make sure that everything was set up in the system here. I was locating feedback on the webcam, which I didn't need that audio going at the same time to pick up mic. So let's get into this. Basically, what was happening is we went to the job fair, and there's so many people there, and everybody just wanting a job and wanting to do everything, and it's crazy because actually, just so you guys know, we're waiting on the J-Land Talk Radio YouTube page to actually come available within 24 hours. That's why we're actually live streaming on my personal page, because I can't stream on the J-Land Talk Radio YouTube page. So basically, what we're realizing is that a lot of these employers are, they want to hire. That's great. That's awesome. But what the trend is they call it, I guess, corporate culture. And what that is basically you have a bunch of companies out here that are, hey, we're hiring. But in reality, they're not hiring. They're actually just doing that so that it makes them look good to the government, that they, have thousands and thousands of applicants and they're doing great. They don't need to hire anybody because everybody's working on one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is basically the good old-fashioned, I got a job and I'm not leaving it. I'm not giving it up for nothing. And I will play on my phone. I will cuss in front of customers. I will act a fool, and it doesn't matter. And that right there is really unacceptable. It's sad to say that that's the way things are today. And it's just unfair to the people that want to work. It gets to the point where we actually are, just trying to make it, and it's just not, feasible anymore. Rent's so high, electric's so high, insurance is high. We don't even want to get into car payments and interest on car payments and car loans. But basically, what the topic today is basically employers. A lot of these employers, like, for instance, a huge company, Walt Disney World, okay, they had a line out wrapping around the building. And then we have Universal Studios, which is another company that is huge. And their line wasn't as big, but it was enough that, it's like, man, I don't really want to wait in line for over an hour just to talk to somebody. One of the main things I had noticed was the fact that people are, when you go to a job interview, or not an interview, but a job fair rather, these days, everything is here's a QR code, scan it and do the application online. Upload your resume online. We don't need your resume. We don't want your resume, quite frankly. And a lot of times, in today's world, it's just, I'm 41 years old, okay? So I'm the old school. I'm walk in, shake your hand, how you doing? Here's my resume. Fill out an application. Can I get a job? If not, then no problem. We'll move on to the next. Nowadays, it's a whole other story. It's all different. And a lot of times, what I've noticed is, these people are hiring younger people, which I get, you need a job. I understand that. But they're hiring the younger people over the more seasoned people to, get a job. A lot of times, as far as this channel goes, I'll post this stuff on my church. I'm actually the audio video guy at my church, so I'll post, live stream a little bit there for what YouTube will allow. But for today, we're doing the J-Land Talk radio show on my personal YouTube page until I can get that squared away for tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. It'll probably be tomorrow evening before we can actually go live on the actual YouTube page there. So basically, we have a lot of employers that are doing that. NASCAR was there. A lot of law enforcement was there. Energy Air was there. I believe there was a couple of hotels or resorts that were there, and everything ran smoothly. It was a good experience, especially for my first time. But we just have issues with employers not wanting to hire. I've honestly applied at over 100 companies doing anything. That's anything. And normally you get the old, Dear John letters, emails. Hey, sorry, we decided to move on with somebody else. Or a lot of the companies are, well, you need to be this, or you need to have that certification, or that degree, or that diploma, or this, or that, and the other, or that many years of experience. And you're like, well, somebody asked me, recently, well, Justin, how in the world can I get hired somewhere and get experience if they're not willing to hire because I don't have the experience doing it? Good point. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about today. I called a major corporation recently, a fast food chain, and I asked them, I said, I had a interview, in the very beginning of the year, and was looking to have a second interview by now, a call back, something. And they're like, well, you have to go through the system and all this. I was like, yeah, I know, it's AI. I get it. Everything's going to AI now, which, on one hand, I'm fine with AI, and on the other hand, I'm not. And the reason I'm not is because you got a lot of situations where everything is so, if you need help with logging into an account somewhere, it's all AI. You can't get a hold of nobody. Nobody wants to work. Or there's no way to get, I'll be honest with you, I'll give you straight up unemployment. Don't ever get an unemployment account in the state of Florida with Florida Commerce and ID me, because if you ever do and you change your phone number, good luck. You'll never be able to get back in again, ever. I've tried for the last 6 months to a year to get online to claim unemployment benefits that are due to me, and I can't get in. I've drove down to Ocoee, Florida, 3 times to talk to somebody on the phone to get some information. And guess what? Well, this is how you do it online. I don't need an instruction on how to do it online. I know how to do it online. I need you to click the mouse, remove my number, remove my social, remove everything, and let me start all over again so I could have everything, dedicated to one phone number that would be, for my PC only, which merges to my other 2 lines I have. One for the radio station and then one for my personal. So, it's just crazy how, everything has just gotten to be so, well, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. Well, who can? So everybody's gotten to this new way of life of, give me my paycheck. I want a free paycheck, and I want to go home, and I want to do nothing while I'm here. And if I am having to do something, I want to move so slow and not worry about it. I walked into a 7-Eleven yesterday. Girl was young, nice girl, on the phone the whole time and with an AirPod in, whole time, talking to whoever while she's handling customers. Now, how unprofessional is that? This is a corporate, 7-Eleven we're talking about. This isn't just your mom and pop shop. This is real deal corporate store. And the girl's just chatting on the phone like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, I know. It's all right with me. Yeah, let's do that and let's do this. While I'm standing in front of her asking her a question. So she's answering this person on the phone and she's answering me at the same time. And I don't know if she's answering the person on the phone or me. So, that's, it's just unprofessional. And ain't nobody going to fire her. Because you know why? Why are you going to fire the person? Why would you? Because their excuse, well, they're doing their job, so at least if they're doing their job, we'll coach them. No. If I would have gotten away with that back in 2000 I started working when I was 15, so we'll just say 1999 at the earliest. I think I started in 1998, to be honest with y'all. And then, moved on up from there. But I haven't been unemployed in many, many years. I mean, many, many years. I went from, doing fast food and working for Orange County government up to, pressure washing, to driving, to opening up my own pressure washing business, to, going back to driving for major company FedEx. And I unfortunately got laid off recently due to the fact that they couldn't offer me a full-time route and didn't want to waste my time. So that's why I'm unemployed right now. So, it's just very disappointing, I guess the word is for it, because, you go in, you see these people working, collecting a paycheck, they're making over $12 an hour, and they're full-time, and they're just chatting on the phone. Just not hitting a lick of the snake, just chatting on the phone, just, hey, what's going on? It's a club fest over here. And if I would have pulled that crap back when I was young, I would have been terminated on spot. There wouldn't have been no questions asked. It would have been, you're out of here. We'll send you your last check. Nowadays, anything and everything is, I'm surprised, and I don't mean to bring this up in a bad way, but I'm surprised that, you're not allowed just to have sex right there in front of customers, right there working on the job, just nasty fested all day long right in front of everybody. Because why not? You could do everything else. You're over here cussing and carrying on. You're over here, with your weed vape pen. You're over here yakking on the phone. The whole shift. Like, no, it don't matter no more. Like, I hate to bring that subject up because it's nasty, but, I mean, what else is next? If you can get away, I walk into a McDonald's and it's MF this, F that, N-word this. She's a B, well, you know what? It's unreal. It's unheard of. And when you call corporate and you make a complaint about it, yeah, we'll take care of it. Nobody ever does. And I'll give you a prime example. I go to this other store that's close to home. Driving, walking in, you can get there multiple ways. And it's probably about 3 blocks down from me, and the same as the 7-Eleven on the other side of the road. But go in there, lady just has this terrible attitude every time. And basically, doesn't matter what race she is, but, one of these hood rats come in the store and she's, hey, what's going on? How's it going? Just, hey, what's up? Just having a grand old time. I walk in the door. It's, this guy again. Like, just the look on her face and her demeanor and how she talks tells me everything I need to know. And so I made a complaint. I filed a complaint on their website. I called them and filed the complaint to follow up on it, and I also emailed the CEO of the company. And this is a big corporation, another one, Circle K. And I demanded that professional action to be taken immediately. And this is not coaching. This is not a write-up. This is not a suspension. This is the ultimate collect your check, you're done. Because I go in this store almost every day, and to have the same outcome every day is unreal. And I'm like, if you don't like your job, there's the door. Leave. Because you're in customer service. You can't be treating people with the smirks and the looks and the little quick side talking you're doing is disrespectful. It's unprofessional, and it's not to be tolerated. And so I was like, I've had enough of this lady. I want her gone. Like, I'll come work here. You know what I mean? And I'll have a smile on my face every customer, no matter how my day's going. So I don't wish that on anybody, but at the same time, it is very, it's just not right. And if you're not going to, come to work and do your job and at least have some sort of, fake it till you make it type thing, I guess, then don't work there, Anyways, long story short, she's still there. I walk in the door any day, anytime, And she's super nice. Hey, how you doing, sir? Is this all for you, sir? Everything. Just 100 complete. I'll call it a 360 degree turn because it wasn't even a 180. This lady is now on point, and I'm very nice, very professional, very courteous to her every time I go in the door now. The last time we had an issue was over trying to use a phone number on their reward system, and things weren't going right. The system was acting up, and she just gave me attitude over it, and I was like, look, I'm doing what I do every time I come in here. And she's like, you always come in here with this. And so it just turned into, I turned around before I left, and I said, always come in here with what? I've never disrespected you. I've never cussed you out. I've never gave you any reason. First of all, I'm an ordained minister. I'm not going to come in here chewing you out and cussing you out for nothing over an 84-cent soda. Number one. So anywho, yes, ladies and gentlemen, jobs are very hard to, obtain nowadays. And, just to kind of wrap this up, it's unfortunate. It really, truly is unfortunate, and we've got to stand strong. Tell you a last story, and then I'll be out of here for the evening. I went up to Costco. We have a Costco up here in Altamont Springs area in Florida. And I went up to the Costco, and I walked in there, and I had my resume in hand, and I know one of the ladies up front. Her name is Cynthia. Very nice lady. I've known her since I was a kid going in there, like literally high school. Okay. She still works there to this day. Super sweet. And, they know me. So when I come in there, I used to go in there all the time with my dad. And it's hard for me to have a membership there. I've had it multiple times, and I don't have one anymore. I have one at Sam's Club now because it's very hard for me to go in there, especially when you went in there all the time with your dad, when you lived with him when you were young and going to high school and everything else. And, y'all used to go get food there and all that. It touches me a different way when I walk in there. I don't care how they have it set up. I don't care if they've changed everything or whatever. It's still the same building and the same parking and everything. So it's hard. But I digress on that. Go in there, and there's this one guy there, and I said, look, I'm wanting to see a manager about, giving him my resume and letting him know, see my face, letting him know who I am. And he's like, well, that ain't going to make a difference. And I said, honestly, sir, I don't care. I want to go speak to a manager, please. And so he's like, okay, well, go try to find one over there at the podium. I said, thank you. And so I went over there and started talking to the young lady, and very outgoing. Oh, yeah, well, we're not hiring right now until September. So if you'd love, you're more than welcome to leave your resume with us. And I was like, staple that thing to the door, tape it with some, industrial packing tape, whatever you got to do to the manager's door so he could see it every day so he knows I'm ready and willing. I said, I live right down the road. I'm willing to do it. And she kind of started laughing, and I kind of started laughing with it because, you got to be upbeat about it, and part of me has a joking side, but the other part of me is like, yeah, I really kind of need this. So, I'd be an asset to the company, any company I work for, really. So, other than that, went to Lowe's, did the same thing. Lowe's is a little bit different of a culture over there, but just tried to show my face and say, hey, here's who I am. I remember back in the day, we're talking like 2005, 2006. Yeah, I know, you're like, Justin, that's a long time ago. It is. It's at least 18, 19 years ago or so. It's funny because back when I was young and dumb, I worked at a golf course, and I got let go of that golf course due to layoffs, and I was a newbie, so they let the new guys go before they let the old timers go. You know what I mean? Like, the invested and longevity employees there. And that golf course is no longer in business. But I left there on a Friday, waited an hour, because it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning when they let me go after I went in there to do my shift. And then I went over to another golf course down the road, got hired, shook a man's hand, started that next Monday. So I got fired on, well, let go, I guess, laid off, whatever you want to call it, on Friday. Went to another place, got hired on Friday. Same day I got let go of the other company, golf course, and then started Monday. So I had basically Friday, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And believe me, when you're living at home with your parents and you go home, you tell them you got let go because they ask you why you're home before 2 o'clock in the evening. And then you say, well, I got let go. However, I got hired at this other, and I'm over there starting Monday. Well, good deal. They weren't too mad about that. So anyways, y'all stay classy. Well, I can't use that because old what's-his-face uses that. Stay classy. Go get you a steak at Ruth Chris Steakhouse. But no, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe. Stay positive. Stay strong out there. And know that God loves you. Okay? If you ever have any issues and you need to pray to God. Pray to Jesus. He'll take care of every need you have. Trust me on this. Other than that, I'm Justin at JLand Radio Talk, or JLand Talk Radio. And reading an email. Just make sure y'all stay tuned. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Go to the other channel tomorrow evening. It is J-Land Talk Radio, I believe. I have to look it up now, honestly. At YouTube. I'm trying to double check it here for you guys. Let's see, where we at? Actually, there is no dash, I don't think. Let me see. I'm gonna search it real quick. We're actually about to have some bad weather here. So, looking, I don't see it there. Let's see. Trying to search. Okay, so there it is. For now, it's going to be J dash and then Land Talk Radio. So you guys can actually search J dash, like the hyphen, Land Talk Radio. I'm actually going to try that without any dashes or anything. And just put spaces in between. And yes, it does come up. So just the letter J, LandTalkradio. And it should be the second one down. You should be able, it'll show you live, and it'll show you the little graffiti background we have there. Other than that, and then for the subscriber, it will actually have at symbol J dash Land Talk Radio, all one word. So if you just type in the search bar at symbol J dash, no actual DASH, but just the hyphen, the dash, J dash Land Talk Radio, it will actually pop up our YouTube page that's going to be from tomorrow evening on. We're not going to be broadcasting live every day. Okay, we might be broadcasting live like maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and then we probably will have recorded sessions, pre-recorded actually, in between. But due to the fact that we have issues with copyright, we are not able to broadcast music on YouTube. So if you guys have any requests, we just can't do that. That's why we're doing a talk radio channel, because it's a little bit easier to navigate away from that because this is my own voice. Just to let y'all know, if you would like to call in to the radio station, our number is 407-893-2101. 407-893-2101. And you could talk to us live on the air or pre-recorded if you'd like. If you want to talk about a topic or something like that, please note, do not use foul language on this channel. Thus, you are live in the YouTube land, and we do not want to cause any issues, okay? I know it's hard to do. Sometimes it slips up. I get it. If you are to curse or use foul language, we will request that you do not do so. That'll be your first and final warning. And if you continue to rant and rave with cursing without apologizing, then we're going to terminate the call immediately after being warned, because we don't want any liabilities and issues, because you never know. Some kids may be listening. This content is available for everybody. You're in J land and you're in YouTube land. So make sure, please do me the favor. I do not want to have to hang up on any of the guests that call. Just keep it calm, okay? I can understand if you get upset. You could say darn and stupid and, shoot and, things like that, But if you start saying other words that's explicit, it causes a problem for me and everybody listening. So please respect all of us. Listen, y'all, it's been awesome. This is Justin with J-Land Talk Radio. Till next time, stay tuned. We should be, I know for certain, because what's today, Monday? Yes, today is Monday. I know for certain Wednesday we will be live and up and running on the J-Land Talk Radio YouTube streaming. So look for us there on Wednesday. And other than that, have a good evening, y'all. Take care.